It's Carolina Rebellion, Big Rig from Rock 105 and Big Smash Radio. And Gabe Aranda, you are approximately 19 days late for our hangout.
That's good. That's better than usual.
Yeah, so I mean, congratulations, you made it within a month this time.
In the same city at the same time.
So we had this little miscommunication. Well, it wasn't us, but our people had a little miscommunication.
Always blame it on the people.
Oh, yeah, that's why we have people. So you were going to come in and do the liquid lunch with me because your people said, your mom lives in Greensboro, and and the guys are going to go home and see their mom, and then he's right there, and then his mom could listen to him be on the radio.
This is a perfect scenario.
I was like, this will be so much fun.
Yeah, I don't mind driving all night to get there because I'm going to mom's house.
Exactly. So I loaded up this new single, and I was going to let you pick all the songs for the hour, and it turns out it's Greensboro, South Carolina, which is not.
And that really was the people's fault.
I know. I got tons of emails. I was like, this was cool. Like, I mean, I figured, so I loaded up the new track. I was like, we're going to debut the new track. We're going to let you pull all the songs, let you play the entire hour. And then I sat there, it was like I got stood up by a rock star.
We drove all night.
I know.
I got there. I called, and I was like, I can't find this address in Greenville. And so I looked back at the email, and the email I got from my manager said Greenville, South Carolina, with the address to the station.
Which said New Bern, North Carolina.
Right. And then the email from the label had North Carolina on it. When I scrolled down more, I was like, so it was really, honestly, it was our manager's fault. Blame it on the manager.
People. So, no, it's cool, but it's nice to get to talk to you, although I had to rebuild the entire hour because you didn't come in there. And
I'm never going to live this down.
It's all right. Every time you see me, you're like, oh, that's the guy I stood up, which I never thought I'd be stood up by a guy. But it's North Carolina. As long as we don't go in the same bathroom, it's probably okay.
I should have brought a signed headshot for you.
I'll stick it. You know what? If you have one, you should do that, and I will stick it I'll stick it in the chair across from me and pretend that you're there next week.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's like, this is
I'm interviewing Gabe Aranda.
So you guys, you kicked off today, right?
We did, man.
So you are done and able to hang.
Yeah. Super fun crowd. We were kind of skeptical because about 10 minutes before we played, there was nobody out there.
The doors weren't open yet.
Yeah.
There were people probably scrambling. Like, did you get to watch the crowd run in up to the stage? So that's actually kind of a cool feeling, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You're just like, wow, somebody wants to see us. Hey.
I'm part of this duo. I'm so sorry I'm late.
Get in here. You're part of the trio
Tina
now.
Smash.
Hey, Tina.
Do you remember that time I was all excited about Gabe Aranda coming into the show and being on the show with me, and then he lived in South Carolina?
Yeah.
Do we have to rehash this again?
No.
Yeah, you guys kind of screwed us. No, I'm just
our people. We decided it was our people
okay,
that screwed us.
I like that. I'll take it up with your people.
Yeah, please.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's
Carry
fine.
on.
But I was wondering because they kicked off the day, so they get to watch the mad scramble of people running. You're not doing it. It's an interview, not a photo
shoot. He's taking pictures.
She sees the lens.
He's taking pictures. So.
But is it neat to see that rush of people because they open the gates and you're the.
Sorry.
Are we Zoolander? Everybody blue steel.
Blue steel.
God, that's hot. I think we
I have completely ruined
yeah,
this.
it is a
It's
cool
like the
feeling.
running of the bulls.
But honestly, man, we got here, and I think the Scorpions, they were still setting up their stuff. We had like 30 minutes, like literally from when we pulled in to when we were supposed to play.
I mean, did you tell them?
That's a throw and go.
Speed it up here.
Yeah, I was like,
we're Aranda.
Scorpions.
Let's do this.
Who are the Scorpions?
We stand up.
We're the
Rock
tarantulas.
105. Who cares about those?
Right, exactly.
They're deadly.
They would never do that to you guys.
Never.
Yeah, never have the balls to do that. No, so it was running behind. We were like, there's no way this is going to happen on time. And I think we were only about 5 minutes late.
That does
Nothing
happen.
There's
was
a
working.
shocker. You either don't show up or
Yeah, wait,
you're
you're
late.
actually 19 days late, so 5 minutes for you is outstanding.
Man.
I hate that we're busting your balls. Do you want to talk about music or anything like that? No, we're done busting
Nah,
balls?
not really.
Okay.
Let's talk about South Carolina for a little bit. More familiar with it.
For Christmas, the Arandas are getting a map from Rock 105.
Oh,
Yes.
oh,
We
curse
forgive
the
you.
people.
We forgive you. You just have to make a point to visit us next time you are in
I
North
drove. I was
Carolina.
telling them
You
we
know where you're
drove
at
all
now,
night
right?
to get there, but
I know.
we actually drove further
The wrong way.
We were there when we left.
Yeah, you were in North Carolina, which made sense for you to visit.
When I finally found the address, I was like, oh, we were like 10 minutes from there.
That's what the manager
You
said.
were 10 minutes away.
Yeah. And so we were, because that's where our hotel was. And then we switched. We had to switch our hotel. We were like, all right, we'll get down to South Carolina, stay at Mom's house, go to do the interview at noon.
At least you got to see your mom.
I did get to see my mom.
Did you get some home cooking?
Always.
Because road food sucks.
Yeah, tell me about it.
If
well,
I fall
unless
over,
you're stopping
this
at the Cracker
tent
Barrel.
is kind of
Sometimes we splurge and do Cracker
knocking me
Barrel.
over.
You know what I'm saying?
But if the Cracker Barrel is the splurge, what is the bottom of the barrel? Whatever.
Any Mexican restaurant you can find.
Whatever the last band left underneath the seats of the bus. Like,
anything
ramen
that's
noodles.
left at catering, somebody's put in their backpack.
Well, there's no musical information from Aranda.
No,
But
we
it's still
don't
nice to
play
know.
music. We just talk about where we drive to wrongfully.
If you should have known getting into this conversation was not going to be helpful. Hey, it is good to see you. I'm sorry we missed you this time, but are you going to rock on the range?
Yes, we are.
Okay,
rocking
so
the range.
I'll finally actually.
Try
I'm
not to
make
be
it-
late.
I'm going to make a point. I'm going to make a point to be early. So
I'm
going to
do the same thing. I'm going to fly in the day before just to make sure.
I think that's a good. I think that's a good plan.
Where
for you.
is that? It's in California, right?
Yes, California.
Ohio.
It's in California.
Ohio. So, yes, and it's on the border of West Virginia. Which
Right.
Is, so you're
right in the middle here.
Yes,
I see that.
yes,
Okay.
it is.
I'll follow that line.
It's Gabe Aranda, Big Smash Radio, and
Thank
Rock
you guys,
105 at Carolina Rebellion. It's Big Rick here at the Carolina Rebellion with my favorite sea captain of all time.
Hey.
I feel like you're sort of Gordon's fisherman, sort of bass player.
It happened on accident, I promise.
Matt, it's so good to see.
Good to see you too,
man.
buddy.
It's great because my first 2 interviews of the day started with Ben Wells and then you, so it's like I don't have to do any prep for that because
Oh
we
my
just know each
gosh.
other.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of fun.
Perfect.
We'll address something that we actually have to address.
Okay.
You're changing drummers.
Yes.
Yeah, so that has to be a little bit of a difference. I don't know. Do you pick the new one up? You're ready to go? You know who it is?
We're going through the process of auditioning people right now, and I think we've got someone in mind to take over the position, but we haven't made any official announcements yet. As of now, Chachi's still on the road. He's still playing with us. He'll be playing today at Rebellion. His last show will be with us in Grand Rapids, our hometown, and then we'll bring the new person out.
I'm sure whoever you get will be great for the band. I mean, in the couple of changes you've had to make throughout the course of the band, no disrespect to the people that were in it, but it rose the level of what the band was doing. So I'm
Absolutely.
sure.
And we're looking to do the same thing this time around too.
I will miss him back there looking like Animal playing the drums.
I think we all will, but we're really lucky to have him be so professional about it in the way that he wanted to go about it, and his exit strategy is just. It was great. Like, he was very honest with us and gave us plenty of time to look for someone new before we even announced that he was leaving.
And that's how you know that a band is close, when it's not like, sorry, but tomorrow night is my last show and I'll just get through it. I mean, you had plenty of time.
We've never had that luxury before. It's always been, we'll go home and then all of a sudden, someone's not in the band anymore and we're scrambling trying to find a replacement. And having the time to take into consideration some different options and different people, and it's really been great.
Now, do you have a timetable? Because are you going home for a little while, like leading up to that Grand Rapids show? So you're going to have to find somebody after Grand Rapids and have them in place. You'll do it.
Well, we have things in the works.
Okay.
I'll just leave it at that.
Well, we'll talk about Up briefly, and then we'll just be our normal selves and talk about other stuff. So we're going to talk about the record and the success of the singles and ways to get high, and it's your little hit factory these days. Our little Pop Evil from 155 is now this mega hit factory, which I remember telling you back in the day it was going to happen. And you're just like, man, I just want a sandwich. Like, that's all.
Yeah, exactly.
So things have gone well, man. It's great. And are you seeing... you're getting some new fans off of Up, because it's different. I mean, when I first heard Ways to Get High, I thought about the Mystery Machine, like Shaggy and Scooby, and I was just like, it was... But you listen to Boss's Daughter, and it's a completely different sound than Ways to Get High. Yeah, and I wondered how did you feel it would...
it translates to our fans, or...
Yeah, because it's a different sound, I think, than any other radio single you've had.
Well, it totally is, and even Footsteps was kind of the first step in that direction for us,
which ended up on a Chevy commercial.
Ram trucks.
Yeah, Ram trucks, yeah.
Well, that's okay,
So, and I drive a Ram truck, actually, so I feel like a dick.
Oh, my gosh.
And I have a Dodge Challenger. They're going to come repossess my shit right out of my garage when I'm home.
That's it. Done. It's funny because with the name Pop Evil, we've always wanted to have the diversity to go from one extreme to the other. And I felt I think we all felt like for a long time our live show was either, heavier tunes or harder rockers or ballads. And we found sort of this gray area with these songs that are a little more danceable and a little more fun. And we just kind of wanted to add that element back into our live show. And I mean, not just our live show, but the album as well. We're at a place when we went in the studio last time where we weren't pissed off about life anymore.
Yeah.
We were like...
Well, life got better from...
We came off some
lipstick on the mirror, Life got a lot better.
Exactly, you know what I mean? And, every time we've gone in the studio, it's been us, fighting for our lives. And not to say every album isn't important and isn't, a struggle in ways. It was just some of that pressure had been lifted because we've done it so many times.
Well, success will do that, as you keep succeeding, the freedom probably gets a little...
Absolutely, and we wanted to have, we were going in there having fun and not being stressed out, and we wanted that to translate on the record, and we wanted positivity to shine through, with Footsteps, Go Higher. It's all about, even, Ways to Get High is there's so many ways to get high, but what about spending time with your family, or going fishing, or mountain biking, or anything, playing video games can
it doesn't all have to be about
people.
Drugs. Life is not always about that.
So we wanted that fun, danceable element back in our music, and it's fun. It's good for us because when we play those songs live, we can't help but dance and have a good time on stage too, and that just translates then everybody's having a good time.
When you heard that finished product for the first time on Ways to Get High, did you think, wow, this is our most different? Because that's what I thought personally. I thought this is the most different sound I've ever heard out of you guys. Did you think that too? Or when you started, maybe whoever wrote the words or the riffs or whatever, it just went, well, this is really different for us, but I like it.
I think once we first heard the first versions of them, that song and Take It All, I thought, man, this is completely different than anything we've ever tried before. And then what we did was, by the time it was a finished product, it was closer to our sound.
So it was actually a little more off the beaten path in the beginning?
Absolutely. And we kind of reeled it back in with our guitar tones and kind of put that Pop Evil identity back on it so it wasn't so far out in left field. This thing is just really wanting to hug us, isn't it?
I think you should just get some spray paint, right? Pop Evil was here. Then no one will know it was you.
No one would know it was me, especially not if I have spray paint all over my fingers.
No, you would not look guilty. And plus, you don't look guilty anyway. No. Innocent. It's so good to see you, my friend. I know you got a couple other things to do, but I just like to talk to you.
Yeah, we can hang out and talk all you want.
So we sometimes say things we can't have that thing know. And we have.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
It's Matt for Pop Evil. It's Carolina Rebellion with Rock 105 and Big Smash Radio.